in beautiful Harrisonburg, Virginia, Bridgeport Stadium. As we wind our way toward the end of another college football season, one of the grand traditions is paying tribute and respect to those who have just poured their souls into the success of this program and honor the seniors on Senior Day. It's the Coastal Carolina Chanticleers and the James Madison Dukes. Along with David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis. We are keeping an eye on the weather in this one. Holly Rowe has the latest.
It is a beautiful day, but I can tell you it is very cold down here on the field. I see a lot of players putting their hands by the heaters. There's a lot of heaters set up here on the sideline. We'll see how that impacts the game. Keep you posted from down here on the field. Back to you.
We'll see if they can handle the weather in this game. The Dukes ready to kick it away first. And there will be no return on this one as the ball bounds into the end zone. Handoff to the single running back. These little gains can start to add up as he gets it up to the 34. All right, guys, let's talk a little Coastal Carolina. For programs at this level, they are regularly fighting off the big school for diamonds in the rough, but it looks as if they won this battle with the commitment from a three-star receiver, Jesse.
He just thought he had better opportunities on and off the field here at this program. He's going to get a lot of chances to offensive coordinator. I'm going to be trying to find ways to get this three-star the ball.
They'll need 3 yards here on third down to keep this opening drive alive. Looking downfield, it's Bailey. It's complete on the right side. Turning it on. The 40. At the 20. Just making a huge play, and he sets him up all the way down at the 14. He might have expected to see this DB up in his receiver's kitchen. Instead, nice little zone, and they pick up the first.
Man, offenses are getting so good, Reese, at seeing the holes in the zone, knowing you're in zone, knowing where to sit down, how to make it an easy pitch and catch for the quarterback, and that's what it was on third and short.
Last play was a near disaster, now dealing with 2nd and 13. Back to pass, and he'll have to push it downfield. Got it! He gets it in! Touchdown, Coastal! Getting ready for the extra point after the first score of the game. And the PAT makes it 7-0. So the offense, more than happy with the result of the play, will decline the penalty. And he's not going to take the touchback. Gets it out to the 20, about 5 yards short of where he'd be if he'd just taken a knee in the end zone. Snap on first down, wants to throw. Rolling to the right, trying to make something happen. Oh, he dropped it, and what a missed opportunity early in this football game.
Oh, the receiver is going to hate watching film and watching that play back because that was a touchdown, and he dropped it.
A lot of ground to cover, and they need a chunk here on second down. Looking to throw, it's Coleman. Good coverage to knock that pass away.
That is a tremendous job by the defender on that play because when the ball was thrown, his head was turned around. He was watching the receiver, quickly spun the head, turned his shoulder, located the ball, and then knocked it down.
Not exactly the ideal situation for this offense. 3rd and long, backed up inside their 20. From the gun, wants to pass. He'll have enough to move the chains. It's 1st down at the 38.
Well, after watching the other offense go down the field to score a touchdown, you know this guy's trying to lead his offense to do the exact same thing. That was a big 3rd down. I know there's a lot of football left to play, but you're trying to establish confidence as early as possible. That last throw is really going to help out your team.
Hit and dropped, and he got nothing on 1st down.
That back had absolutely nowhere to run the football. Actually, is he counting? I think he's counting to make sure there's only 11 guys on defense.
Might have picked up a couple on that one before he was knocked down. Ton of ground to cover here on 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Finds his target down the middle. They'll make the stop about a yard short of the 1st down. Offense staying on the field there and hurry up, looking as if they'll go on 4th. Needs it here on 4th down. Makes a grab past the marker. Knocked down, but he's got enough to move the chains and convert that 4th down. And the Dukes are marching down the field. Makes a grab. Got the completion, but nowhere to go as that defense reacted quickly. They've got a solid drive working, but now looking at 2nd and 11. Looking to pass. It's Coleman. Look out! Hit as he throws. And he just flat dropped it. I think he wanted to run before he secured it.
And the defense catches a break on that one. And this guy's not a superstar, but he's pretty dang reliable. And we talked to them about this guy. Like, he's kind of the security blanket for the quarterback. And him to drop that football doesn't happen often. You take those lucky things when you can get them.
Gets rid of it.
Great job by the defense dialing out some pressure on 3rd down. They hit the quarterback and forced the incompletion.
The Dukes decide to punt it away. He ought to be able to use his first punt to pin him deep. Coverage team does a good job and touches it dead. No return on this one.
Deep in his opponent's territory, that really helps out the defense. You're now forcing the opponent to drive the field to score points.
The shot to clear is now ready to go on offense. Already a solid start to this one. Now back to work with his 7-0 lead. Just smothered on the play.
Linebackers in today's football, obviously, guys have gotten smaller. They got to play in space more, cover fast guys out on the perimeter. But how about this linebacker coming downhill and making a physical tackle in the hole?
2nd down to the air. Got there right as the ball did. Jarred it loose. It'll be 3rd down.
Not many receivers like to get hit. They just don't, okay? They're prima donnas. That's what they are. That's who they are. Nice job by the defender. You could tell he was catching the football. He was going to put a hit on him to make sure he had to think about something later, and you could see the ball pop out and fall to the ground.
Moves the pocket. It's Bailey. And they fail to hook up on 3rd down.
Well, after giving up that touchdown on the opening drive, they had a little bit of a come to Jesus with their defensive coordinator on the sideline. I don't know what he said, but he, I think, just invoked the fear of God into this defense, because this 3 and out has been sensational, dominant. This is the way they've got to play moving forward.
Here comes the Dukes offense, and we'll see what they have schemed up. Finding themselves down 7-0, they'd love to get a drive going here. Nowhere to go on that one. It'll bring up 2nd and 10.
Run game is good. Balance is good. Now listen, if the run game isn't good, then you got to pass the football a little bit more. But sometimes you got to keep them honest, take them chunk by chunk.
They'll ride him again. Swapped immediately.
That's a great play by the defensive end. The best athletes on the field play defensive end. You can ask anybody. Yes, I agree, Jesse Reese. See, they agree with me. Same thing. But you watch them get off the football, make the play. That's why you put your athletes there.
He's inside the 35. They'll spot it at the 34. Not enough for the first down, and let's see what they do on fourth. He's going to change things up against this defensive look. Got to make the play on fourth. Got it. Drag to the ground, but not before. He's converted the fourth down to keep the drive going. And the Dukes want to move quickly. No hesitation, no trying to baby the ball in there. He just fired it complete.
Fourth down, no problem. I'm just going to rip this to my wide receiver. He believed in himself. He knew he could get it, and they get the fourth down conversion.
To the air, it's Evans. Finds his big tight end. The defense wouldn't let him loose, and even though it's a completion, they lost yardage. The Dukes with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. Second down, gonna throw it. Working that left side now. Pulled to the ground. Ball is at the 20. They'll try to convert this third and short. Looking to throw for it. Perfect timing on the hit to keep him from making the grab, and the defense forces a fourth down.
Well, on third and short and field goal range, they dial up the pass play. Quarterback was trying to get through his progressions. There was just simply nobody open. Couldn't make an accurate enough throw. Ball falls incomplete. Now setting up a big decision here on fourth down.
They're going to stay aggressive and leave the offense out there on fourth down again. There he goes. He's at the top. He's into the end zone. Touchdown, James Madison. The extra point here would tie the game. And they did tack on the extra point, by the way, knocked it right down the middle. So they covered 42 yards on the drive. And the score came on an impressive run from the 20. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. And on that kickoff, we have an injured player on the field. Final game of the regular season, and you just hope this is not serious. They'll be able to get off one more play before quarter's end. Throws it back. Right side, it's Washington. He's loose. The 20. And he ran away from the crowd, and he'll take it in. Touchdown, shot to clear.
This offense is so explosive, they can change the scoreboard in a flash. You just saw that on that drive.
And the extra point is true, and they're on top by 7. That's the end of the period, and Coastal Carolina has the lead. As we get a look at the stats. Now to see if these guys can get back in the game as we open the second quarter.
Number 95, set to advance on the football.
And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. They've got a first down here to open the period. From the gun, running back gets the give. Gets it across the 30 to the 31. A pickup of 5.
You want to make play calling easy for an offensive coordinator? Run the ball like that every play. I mean, when you can run that on first down and set up a short yardage on second down, it makes play calling easy. Every single call on that sheet is available here on second down.
Not a lot of daylight. He gets 1 to the 32. And the Dukes come to the line in the hurry-up. He's changing the play. Dropping back, it's Coleman. Right down the middle. And they dialed up a shot play, but they couldn't hook up.
I think for the quarterback, he's going to have to be so good with his eyes in this game. You're going up against one of the best defenses in the country. You've got to...
Wait just a minute, guys. The offense looks as if they're going for it in their own end. Snaps on fourth down. Oh, he dropped it. Just didn't look it all the way in, and they'll turn it over on downs. And that decision will be questioned for a while.
Aggressive. You want to be aggressive. You want to take chances, and you tell your team about it all week, and you come out and you get an opportunity in the first half to go for it on fourth down. You shot your shot. The problem is now you put your defense in a bad situation early in this game.
And he rolls into the house. Touchdown, Coastal Carolina.
Well, on that run, he shows you why he's so dynamic. He's got all the tools in the toolbox to hit the home run, David, and they're going to stay patient with him. They know they're not going to score a touchdown every single time they give it to him, but he is that guy that can break the game wide open for this offense. Expect more from him.
Yeah, and then once you start giving it to him, you create that balance on offense. Then you can play action and suck those linebackers up. So it's only going to help this offense make it more two-dimensional as opposed to one. Get the running game going, and then it opens up the pass.
Guys, James Madison ready to go back on the attack. This is when the pressure can ramp up a little bit on an offense, David, when they start feeling the heat to answer a score.
And I think being down 14, you can kind of feel that way. But, dude, if you put a good drive together, this is a 7-point game. So, Palmer, no need to panic.
I was just going to say, David, I mean, this thing can flip quick. You go down, score, all of a sudden your defense gets a stop, or who knows, better yet, gets a turnover. This game is entirely different.
They've got it at the 37. It's 1st and 10. The give. Sees a crease.
And that's a really nice play. It's impressive. Once first down, the defense thinks you might be running the football. You still can line up. You can get some movement at the point of attack and find a little crease for your running back.
Got 3 on first down. It's 2nd and 7. Dropping back, it's Coleman. Finds his target. Good pickup there as he gets the first down, and they'll mark him at the 48. The Dukes are moving quickly down the field.
Every drive is obviously important, but now that you've dug yourself a hole, this offense, they need to score here. Like, before the half, they need to move this ball down the field. Nice job in the passing game. Got to put a few together. Need to get some points to cut into this lead right before the half.
Well, give the defense credit on that one because they knew coming into this one that they were going to try to get this receiver the ball in a variety of ways. They were ready for the screen there, and they create a negative play.
Just a short pass to the tight end. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker.
Well, a nice completion there, finding the tight end. And what's so beautiful about that is while they didn't get the first, they were able to pick up enough yards now to make the third down manageable, really putting this offense in a good position.
Caught on the RPO. Just couldn't find any room, and he wound up throwing it in reverse. They lost yardage. And the Dukes will bring the punt team onto the field. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. Way back in his own territory as he hauls it in. Was looking for more running room, but found nothing but more tacklers. He's down at the 24. So the Coastal Carolina offense takes over, and they'll go to work from here. This offense has really been clicking in the game so far, Jesse.
No doubt. Everything their play caller is dialing up, these guys offensively have been able to go out and execute there.
Yeah, and it's just maintaining the lead. Keep doing what you've been doing. You got a big lead. Let's just keep piling it on until they find an answer.
Solid pickup of 4 on first down. It's 2nd and 6. Wants to throw. It's Bailey. Quickly out to the tight end. Breaks into the open. Out across the 30 to the 39 after getting 10 on that one.
I like this tight end. He does a really nice job on his route running. He's been beating man coverage. He can find the soft spots and zones. You got to get him involved.
On first down, here comes this offense. Maybe a double pass. Rush is on. Hit hard as he released the ball on that first down pass, and it never had a chance.
And this offensive line's got to do a little better job, man. You've got to give your quarterback time to go through his progressions from go to 1 to 2 and then maybe make a play. And he goes off of his first target, and you could tell he did not have much time getting hit as he's trying to throw the football. You've got to protect your quarterback.
He'll be brought down quickly after a very short game. Some third down conversions tougher than others. This one, a long one on third down from the 43. From the gun, wants to pass. Looking down the middle. Big hit, knocks the ball away, and it'll force him into a fourth down. The shot that clears will call on their punt team. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. Solid punt, headed toward the sideline, trying to make it tough to return. Let's see if they can get something going here late in the half. First play of the drive, he'll look to throw. Still looking. He turns it loose to the left. And this is dropped. Incomplete pass. He had a huge gain in his fingers, and he couldn't hold on.
Yeah, and the QB, tell you what, he does a good job of buying time, scrambling outside of the pocket to the left, but the defense holds true, understands their responsibilities. I can't just lead my guys deep. Good coverage, which leads to the overthrow.
Got the first himself. They corral him out of bounds, mark it down at the 38, and this offense might have something going.
A lot of times we call these quarterbacks ballers and game changers, but you don't call them smart enough. Like knowing the situation, knowing I can scramble around, buy some time, and then knowing exactly what I need to do to get that first down. You can call them whatever you want, but that was really smart.
Didn't even get started. He'll be dropped for a loss of 3. That defender reacted immediately when he saw the play and just set his hair on fire toward the ball carrier.
And you got to see those plays. Those plays are very fast.
Under pressure, and down he goes at the 33.
That's a good example there of complementary defense. The DBs and linebackers are playing zone, they're playing their spaces, and they force the QB to have to hold the ball, try to work through his progressions, and then the pass move.
And the defense gets loose, bringing the heat, and down he goes again. The defense uses a timeout. That's their first. Gives them a little time to dig deep in the play sheet and figure out what to do on fourth down. The Dukes will try to pin them back with the punt. Making his first move. He gets a block. He did a great job finding some running room on that return and was able to set up the offense with good field position. They take over late in the half, enough time to put together a drive. Back to throw, it's Bailey. Looking to the big tight end. Nearly intercepted.
And this offense has done a good job coming out the gate strong. They've been really, really good. This is the type of play, man, you can give momentum back to the defense, swing it back to the other side if you're not careful with the football.
From the gun, the ground game. Past the 6. He's running free down the middle. And he'll take it to the house. He got loose. Touchdown, Coastal. They'll try to add another to their lead. And they knocked through the extra point, and they're up 28-7. Only took 2 plays to find the end zone on that drive, and gashing them on the touchdown run finished it off. he's going to bring this one out. They drag him down at the 22. He gambled for the big return out of the end zone and came up a little short. They'll snap this one to start the drive from their own 22. A snap, wants to throw to start this drive. Zings it complete to the right. Now the offense wants to make sure everything's straightened out, and they call their first timeout. They'll have 2 left to work with before the half. Back to pass on second down. Makes the grab. Oh, he's got some space. He's inside the 40. He's at the 20. Touchdown, Dukes! And once he found open space, the band might as well start playing.
We needed that. They needed to punch the ball in the end zone. They needed to cut this to a 2-score game, and they needed some positive momentum. Something going well, something to point to at half to say, guys, we got a chance. That drive, they put it together. Nice job by this offense.
That might be overdoing it, keeping it away from the return man as the kickoff goes out of bounds. They'll take the penalty and move them back. Throws it back. He's going to take off. He scrambled forward and got a few and turned that into a positive play. Timeout taken by the offense is their second. And they'll still have 1 in their pocket for what's left in this first half. And the shot to clears can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. Motion from the wideout. Looking to throw, it's Bailey. Snags it. Makes the grab, and it's enough for the first down before he's dragged to the ground. Now the offense will burn their 3rd and final timeout. And they won't be able to stop the clock again for the remainder of this half. Fresh set of downs going up top. And the Heat gets home. They knock him down back at the 45. Trying to save time on defense, they use their second timeout. And they'll still have 1 in their pocket for what's left in this first half. Running out of time here in the first half, they're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. Wants to go up top on second down. Quickly complete. And the defense makes the tackle, and that ought to do it here in the first half. And they head to the locker room. 2 quarters in the books, and time for us now to check in with Kevin Connors in our EA Sports College Football studio with scores from around the country.
Fellows, welcome into the Week 13 edition of the EA Sports College Football Update Show. So many seasons on the line. First up, a look at Michigan. Taking on the number 7 team, the Ohio State Buckeyes. And it's the Buckeyes in real jeopardy of kissing that top 10 ranking goodbye. They're being punked right now. Dominated in every social media certainly does. Inside the Big 12.
Number 95, set to kick it off.
He'll start the return inside his 5. He smashes his way through again. They'll corral him and get him down at the 17-yard line on the return. James Madison's offense comes out ready to get this drive going. They got a lot done through the air in the first half, and they might need even more production here in the second.
I think they will, Reese, and I think this is an offense that has proven they're playing with good timing right now. They've got some matchups where they're winning one-on-one, and they're just going to have to keep going back to the well, David, and relying on hitting some explosive plays to win this game.
Yeah, and I think we look at numbers naturally, and they're losing. So that's the most important thing on the scoreboard, but they have had success. And so What do? You keep playing pitch and catch. You got to score, but you got to talk to your defense. I need some stops. I need the football back quickly so we can do some more damage.
To the air, it's Coleman. Fires to the tight end. They'll guide him out of bounds down at the 25-yard line. And the Dukes will hustle to the line. They'll try to pick up the first through the air. Fired that thing out in a heartbeat, but it's incomplete.
And you got to expect this offense to go for it again here on fourth down, right? Obviously trailing, we're in the second half, but we saw them try to go for it on fourth down early. Didn't have any...
Hold on a minute. The offense still out there going for it in their own territory. Snapped it, and he has to have it. Drop the football, and they'll turn it over on downs. The decision to go for it does not pan out.
That's a gutsy call, and I know the analytics world says to go for it more often, but when you're in your own territory and now you turn the football over to the other team, points are so much easier to get. Obviously, I know, Jesse, it didn't take a color commentator to figure that out.
They make the stop, and they had to work for it. A nice little juke, and he'll have 7 on that one. They can really be aggressive after that last play. It's 2nd and 3. Defense showing blitz, trying to rattle this quarterback. Off the bootleg to buy a little space. They're working that left side. They'll get it down to the 8-yard line on that throw and catch, and the defense is backed up against the wall.
And that's a nice job by the offense, man. I love when offenses can go 5 wide, spread the formation, find the matchup they want. This time, it's the running back turned wide receiver. They get him the football, and he does the rest and gets upfield. But nice job spreading the formation and really making the defense make a decision.
Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. Selling the fake. They're all over it. Left side is Courtney. That completion will take it inside the 4, and the offense is threatening.
Nice job by the defense forcing the 3rd and goal. You can't allow any run after catch in these situations. Play aggressive, play tight, and play physical.
3rd and goal, and they'll try to pass it in. Gets it to the back. He'll be stopped right there. They threw it short of the goal line, and now they've got some ground to cover on 4th down. And they decide to trot out the kicker from the right hash, and this distance makes that angle not quite so severe. Dead center perfect. And now the lead is even bigger.
And you want a touchdown, and you want to be aggressive, but, man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
Number 95, set to kick off.
Looks like he's going to bring it out. No idea what he could have been thinking to try to return that one, and they stop him at the 7. James Madison sends the offense back onto the field. Trailing now by 17, David, this is an opportunity that they need to answer.
And down by 17, it's not panic mode yet. Like, I know we just gave up some points and our defense hasn't played great. I think this offense can still be who they are and stay consistent.
No doubt, lots of football to go, but you do get the feeling this is the time of game where, you know, it could get bad. If you don't score and all of a sudden they get the ball back, they take it down the field and put some points up, this thing might be over. So absolutely, this quarterback, he wants to drive this offense down the field and at least put something on the board.
The Dukes racing to the line in the hurry up. Way to set him up. Trying to take it back. And he'll take this into the end zone, but hang on just a second. Flag down. Let's see what this is about. An easy decision there for the offense to decline the penalty and take the touchdown. And the extra point will tack another one onto this lead. Here he comes from midway in the end zone. He stopped at the 23, a couple yards short of where he would have been with a touchback. Snaps it, they'll throw to start the drive. The defense wouldn't let him loose there, and it was a completion, but they lost yardage.
I want to make sure I know where the playmakers are. And I can't let guys like this guy slip out of the backfield and make big plays against me. Good job being aware that they can throw the ball to the running back, closing space, and getting that fast dude on the ground.
Second down, gonna throw it. Makes the grab. Just what they were looking for to get this drive rolling. They're out to the 35. How aggressive will they get on 1st and 10? To the air, it's Coleman. Can't hold on in the face of the contact.
And if this offense is going to get back in the football game, those are the plays they have to make. Like, they have to make contested catches. They got to find a way to get some points, to create some explosive plays. Those 50-50 balls, when you get your hand on it, man, they got to start making those plays.
Hit and stopped right there. Not much on that pickup. And this offense can ill afford to come up empty on this drive, already trailing by multiple possessions. He's got an open man. At the 35, he's loose. Slicing and dicing through this defense, and they've got it down to the 23. And the Dukes are rolling down the field.
And that's how you flip the field really quickly. Go from being on your side of the field, creating the explosive play, getting some momentum for this offense, and getting towards scoring position.
Well, that looked like it was going to be a completion, but how about the defender making the hit, forcing the incompletion?
Long way to go on 2nd down. They're trying to slow that rush down with the draw. He never had a chance on the draw, tackled almost as soon as he got the ball. 7th play of the drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. Fires deep toward the end zone. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Dukes!
Here in the second half of this game, you're trailing, David. No surprise there. You got to throw the ball to the guys that are making plays for you. He had already had a touchdown catch. That's number 2 now. And if they're going to get back in this game, they got to keep throwing him the ball.
Amen. I mean, keep finding him. He keeps making plays, keeps catching the football. And listen, when you find that matchup outside that works, that you can depend on, I don't blame quarterbacks for going back to them time and time again.
And he's got it for the 2-point conversion. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. One back in the backfield, and they'll give it to him. Gets away from one. He's got space. He's loose. The 30. At the 20. Touchdown. Shot to clear. And the pummeling has started. His 3rd touchdown of the game and 12th of the season. And with the extra point, they push the lead out a little further. That kind of drive will boost your confidence. One play, hit the big pass, put a touchdown on the board. On the move from inside his 5. Tackled and brought down at the 23-yard line, so not a whole lot of room on that return. Here comes the Duke's offense, and we'll see what they have schemed up. They haven't had a whole lot of production, nor much to show for it on the scoreboard so far, and if they're going to get back in this game, it needs to start right now. Stopped in his tracks. He got nothing. It'll be 2nd and 10. Back to pass. It's Coleman. Back's got it on the screen. That one could really put this drive into high gear as they have a first down at the 37.
And there you go. You see, you don't have to throw bombs to get big plays in the passing game. Just screen it to your running back. As soon as he catches it, he gets upfield. And how about the downfield blocking by these linemen and the...
Intercepted. Big play stops the drive. And he's brought down, but this interception, a huge play to end this quarter. Neither of these teams cracking the top 25 as we are in the final week of the season. Let's take a look at where things stand right now. One more period to go, and we'll see. Much fight they've got left in them. Final stands of the game, and we'll start with the first down. They'll leave it with the lone back. And he runs through one tackle and picks up a few.
And here's the mindset if you're on offense. Fourth quarter, you've got a huge lead. Obviously, you're going to run the football, but just be aware of the clock. You don't want to snap it too quickly. You're probably just doing safe runs inside the tackles like you saw right there. You just got to execute. You got to be aware, but you've got this game in hand so long as you don't turn it over.
And when you're down later in the football game, you got to start taking some chances. And that was a beautiful run blitz. Great job playing the probability, understanding it might be a run to run some clock, and they guess right, and they make a big play for this defense.
I think in this situation after that incompletion, 4th and short on your side of the field, the smart play is to punt it away and trust your defense.
The defense uses a timeout. That's their first. They still have a couple of timeouts to work with in this final quarter. They kick it away on 4th down. Looks it in. He'll get it to about the 25 before they put a stop to the return. Guys, James Madison ready to go back on the attack. When the defense got the stop, they could have used a few more of those earlier. Still a big deficit here late. On the move to the right and looking for a big one. It's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover. He's knocked down, but what a play to come up with the interception. And the offense out on the field to go back to work. To the back. Defense right there to stop him in his tracks, and they get nothing on that play.
It's going to be tough sledding for the offense here. They're trying to ice this game by running the football and bleeding the clock. They've got a pretty good lead here late in the game, but the defense knows the run's coming, right? So they're going to be loading the line of scrimmage, getting stops like what they just did. Be interesting to see what the offense does on this next one.
And that's what the running game can do for an offense. You run the football, you have some success. Then what do? You stick the ball out there, you pull it back, you run some play action, you complete the football, get a first down. Nice balance by this offense.
Can't hang on after the hit, and it'll be 4th down.
Man, that is such great third down defense. Seeing the football, breaking on the football, knowing where he's at, because he's probably going to get that first down, but nice timing. Sometimes guys get there just a little bit early, get the pass interference, but that was right on time to make the hit and dislodge that football.
James Madison's offense comes out ready to get this drive going. When the defense got the stop, they could have used a few more of those earlier. Still a big deficit here late. Got his man on the outside. Makes the catch, but goes no further, and it'll be a short pickup on that one.
It's always interesting how people handle late game. Like, you know this game is over. There's not a lot to gain from it, but some people try to throw the ball deep and continue to make plays. They throw...
And the pressure gets him back at the 8-yard line.
This defense right now is pinning their ears back with a huge lead in the 4th quarter, and you're seeing that coming off the edge. They're not even respecting run because they don't have to. They know that this opponent is going to throw the football. They're taking wider splits. They're getting up the field. They're using their speed, and that time tracking the quarterback down for a big sack.
And this is not decision time. This offense, it's...
Look at this, guys. The offense appears to be going for it from their own side of the field. Needs it here on 4th down. Throws to the wideout. Can't make the catch, and the defense will force the turnover on downs.
I think that play right there has been a big theme in this game. When it matters the most, on big-time down and distances, this defense has been able to step up and make the play when they need it most. That 4th down, great job in the back end in coverage, forcing the incompletion with a big lead now, creating a turnover on downs.
First down and goal, I bet you the percentages are really high for run, and this defense was ready for it. They got to match the physicality right here, right now in this situation.
What a play behind the line. It'll be an 8-yard loss.
I'll tell you, you do not see a lot of big men with the ability to run like that defensive end did right there. The offense trying to trick him, trying to get the quarterback to the perimeter of the field, but just big man chasing down little man and getting to him quickly. That was impressive.
Out wide left, it's Courtney. He stopped short of the goal line, couldn't find his way in, and it'll bring up 4th and goal.
And these decisions are different now, man. Like, the way I look at this, inside the 2-yard line, 4th down, man, I'm going for this. I'm going to be aggressive because if I don't get this, they've got to go the length of the field, 90-plus yards, and put it together. So I put them in a bad spot regardless. So be aggressive here on offense.
So on 4th and goal, already with the lead, but they'll try to salt this thing away with a touchdown. Push ahead on the sneak. Scores on the sneak. Boy, do they need that score. Gave them a little cushion as they try to put a stop to this 2-game slide.
And the head coach is going to keep going for it on 4th down because his offense responds like that. Your coach gives you the ultimate vote of confidence. Down on the goal line, we're going for it. I believe in you guys to execute and get us in the end zone, and they pay it off. Phenomenal job up front by the offensive line. You love to see a team respond to their coach's confidence.
This drive will start from the 19-yard line. Pulls it. The pitch. It'll be a gain of 6, sets up 2nd and 4.
Just really solid play by this offense. Nice job. Whatever the defense gives you the option, they're trying to make you wrong. The problem is, defensively, you got so much to cover. Nice chunk gain. Just remember, that quarterback can also stick his foot in the ground, get north-south, and make plays too.
And they wanted it all on that incomplete pass. Instead, they're looking at 3rd down.
And this is just one of those days, man, where everything has gone wrong, right? Like they just haven't been in a rhythm. They haven't got it going and never built the momentum. This is one of those days that you learn from, you try to grow from. A lot of things that we're going to show in the film room that people aren't going to like, but hopefully you can learn from it and do better next time.
These RPO runs, they're like body blows. I like them because it just sort of chips away at a defense. You'll take these kind of gains all game long. You keep running the football this way, you're going to keep moving the sticks. You're going to keep driving this defense back, so keep at it with the RPO game.
Here's a throw downfield late. And that one falls incomplete. They tried to go over the top on first down. Second down coming up. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. Looking downfield, it's Coleman. Moves to his right. He'll throw it. Can hang on after the hit, and it'll bring up third down.
And this game's starting to tick away for this offense, and they're getting in desperation mode. They've got to be able to find a way to make plays in the pocket. It's not going to be the scrambles out wide. You need passing plays deep down the field. They've got to find some way to attack this secondary.
Got to give this defense a lot of credit because even down to the last seconds in this football game, we're seeing outstanding effort. QB taking a shot down the middle of the field. There's a defender swatting it away. They have had the...
All right, let me jump in here. They are going to go for it on fourth down, and I'm not sure they have much choice in this situation. Here comes the heat. Oh, he dropped it. He just lost his concentration and didn't look it all the way in. And they are stopped on fourth down. That decision will be questioned.
And I get it. That's for pride. Sometimes you even try to get young guys in the game at this point, but now you're just fighting for pride and just letting them try not to get any more points on the scoreboard.
Offenses ice football games. No matter if the defense knows we're running it, they cannot stop us. And they're looking pretty impressive right now doing it.
And that is how we will wrap this one up. When you know you have a team outclassed, the ability to play to that standard and finish with a blowout like this is really impressive.
And it's almost like playing against yourself, right? You know you're better. You know you're going to win the football game, but how do I continue to still execute? This was so easy, great execution, just beat down in every facet.
I think as a player, you just love being in such great rhythm, and we saw that right from the get-go in this game. Offense just able to matriculate the ball down the field. Defense was not giving anything up. What a great game plan coming in, and this was just total domination.
This is